top 10 ecchi anime where the MC is a bigger pervert. Hello and welcome to The Genius. Today we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 ecchi anime where the main character is a huge pervert. We have all come across the occasional character that goes over the edge, but some of the guys on this list are irredeemable perverts. Before we continue, don't forget to like and click the subscribe button along with the bell icon if you like these type of videos. Also, make sure to tell us in the comments below what type of top 10 video would you like us to make next. Now, let's begin. Number 10. Kiyoshi Fujino from Prison School. A strict all-girls school suddenly decided to allow boys as well. However, after admission, only 5 students are male compared to the 1,000 female students. One of these boys is of course going to be our MC Kiyoshi Fujino. This school punishes even the slightest of violations by throwing the offenders into a prison. Sooner or later, the boys were all arrested and contained into the prison block together, and thus the start of a slapstick comedy series. So what do you expect from a story setting where the population ratio is 5 to 1,000? A whole lot of fan service. This show packs a lot of wild perverted moments featuring the main character and his 4 other friends in their element. They are all perverts and they get caught several times spying on other girls in the school, which lands them into even more trouble. Be sure to watch the show as you'll see what these boys get themselves into. Number 9. Tanukichi Okuma from Shimoneta. Shimoneta, a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. This is the full title of the show, and we've never seen any long title better at telling the whole plot of a story than this. This is a satire story that is set 16 years after vulgar language, including sexual ones, was banned by the law for public order and morals in healthy child raising. Yeah, we know that this is basically a hellish nightmare for so many people out there. The main character, Tanukichi Okuma, was forced to join an organization called SOX, where he and his fellow members were forced to spread obscene propaganda. So basically, this really is a story about freedom fighting against an oppressive rule, but with a sprinkle of comedic twist. Be sure to give it a watch. Number 8. Rimuru Tempest from the time I got reincarnated as a slime. This anime contains a lot of beautiful waifu material. Moreover, most of these waifus are monster girls, really embracing the concept of a fantasy world. The main protagonist, Rimuru Tempest, is a pervert, no doubt about it. Before he dies in his past life, we see that he ordered his junior to destroy his PC in order to clear his web history. He then got reincarnated into another world, and as long as the soul remains, the horniness does too. Rimuru likes to go to these elf bars that feature elves as hostesses and waitresses. Arguably, he might have been influenced by Gupta, but in the end, it's still his mind that wants to experience being served by these pleasing elves. Number 7. Yamato Naoe from Majikoi. Yamato is the tactician of the members of the Shimazu dorm. Initially, the group consists of 3 girls and 4 boys having a sexual balance. However, after the arrival of 2 new members, both of them being girls, let's just say that Yamato's desires got harder to control. Due to the dorm being open to all genders, with the separation of 2 floors for both male and female, our protagonist here runs into some spicy incidents. For instance, he sometimes opens the bathroom while a girl is still in the bath or nude. Yamato is also pretty open with his sexual desires, usually of course talking about it with his male friends. He often discusses the newly released adult videos and more. He is also shown to relieve himself whenever his horny meter is to the max. Number 6. Takashi Komuro from High School of the Dead. This anime is about Takashi Komuro and his journey through the world after a deadly zombie infection has occurred. The dead began to rise and Japan was thrown into total chaos. As these monsters begin terrorizing a high school, Takashi is forced to kill his best friend when he gets bitten and joins the ranks of the Walking Dead. Vowing to protect Rei Miyamoto, the girlfriend of the man he just executed, they narrowly escape their death trap of a school only to be greeted with a society that has already fallen. Soon, Takashi and Rei band together with other students on a journey to find their family members and uncover what caused this overwhelming pandemic. Despite the seriousness of the story, the show offers quite a lot of fan service, showing jiggly animations whenever the girls are fighting and more. He is this high in the list due to him not being a really hardcore pervert. Sure, he gets aroused whenever the girls are doing something that can be considered sexual, but that's pretty much it. Number 5. Diablo from How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. Takuma Sakamoto is branded as the Demon Lord by other players in a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, or MMORPG for short. The game is called Cross Reverie. One day after a twist of events, he was summoned into a game by two girls who claim that he is their summon. However, his passive ability reversed the situation by making himself the summoner instead of the other way around. This led to a series of ecchi events between the girls and Diablo as he decided to maintain his persona as a ruthless and serious demon lord despite him being a regular man within. Number 4. Koyomi Araragi from Monogatari series. Kiyomi is the lead protagonist of the Monogatari series and he definitely is a pervert. However, his character is really interesting if you look at it from a certain perspective. You see, Araragi is actually a kind guy, if that's how we're gonna describe him. But he always brushes off that attitude by saying that he only does what a human will do. However, fans argue that his lustful interpretations are his way of showing flaws in order to cover up his kindness. At the end of the day, he is still pretty perverted, at least based on how he is depicted in the story. Number 3. Keita Suminoe from Kiss Sis. Keita is an adopted son of the Suminoe family. He lives together with his two older step-siblings Ako and Riko, both of which are girls. And let's just say, them not being blood-related definitely sparked some lustful interactions between them. After an occurrence in their school, Ako and Riko finally confess their love to our main protagonist. At first, he is unsure of what to think of it and he initially wanted for them to remain just as siblings. But as time goes by, he soon develops some feelings for them too. Overall, this might be weird for most people and that's totally understandable. But for us culture weebs, this is something of an interesting plot and a fun watch, as far as fanfiction goes of course. Number 2. Arata Kasuga from Trinity 7. One day, the bright red sun stopped shining, causing the breakdown phenomenon, the destruction of Arata Kasuga's town and the disappearance of the people inhabiting it. All, however, is not yet lost. By utilizing the magical grimoire given to him by his childhood friend and cousin Hijiri Kasuga, Arata's world gets artificially reconstructed. In order to investigate the phenomenon, Lilith Asami appears before Arata, whose artificial world suddenly disintegrates. He is given two choices, hand over the book or die. However, Arata chooses the third option, enrolling in the top secret magic school Royal Biblia Academy, where the 6 other magical users await him. With the ambition to save Hijiri and the help of his newfound friends, Arata stops at nothing to prevent the destruction of his beloved hometown and to bring his best friend back. Our protagonist though is two things, a high school boy and a horny pervert. The Trinity 7 contains the most powerful mages in the academy and he is tasked to surround himself with these girls, hence the start of a fan service filled show. Despite this, he is unapologetic for his personality and combined with his hilarious yet overwhelming confidence, the series has a lot of perverted scenes to look forward to. In case you haven't watched it, be sure to give it a go. Number 1. Yotu Yokodera from the Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat. Carnal desires are always on the mind of the Henneko protagonist. However, for some reason, no one thinks that this guy is a pervert. Yoto wants to be seen in a way different from most men, as a pervert. However, his lewd actions are often misinterpreted as good intentions, and people cannot see his true nature. Upon hearing rumors of a cat statue that can banish an unwanted trait, he searches for it and prays for his facade to be removed. But each wish comes at a price. Those unwelcome traits are transferred to someone else who desires them. After realizing that vocalizing all his dirty thoughts is not the best thing, Yoto decides to regain his lost traits by seeking out the person who received them. Unfortunately, he was not alone in praying to the cat statue, and now he must not only fix his life, but the lives of others as well. At the statue, he met the heroine of the story who also prayed to the cat statue with a different wish, for her not to express any sort of emotions. Thus, this starts the ecchi yet sweet romantic saga of the Hentai Prince and the Expressionless Princess. And with that, we've reached the end of our list. Did your anime make it onto this list? If not, be sure to tell us what it was in the comments down below. Also, be sure to let us know if you have any ideas for a top 10 video that you would like to see next. And like always, don't forget to like and subscribe, as this helps out the channel a lot, and click that bell icon to get notified the next time we drop a new video. Stay tuned for more great content, fellow geniuses, and see you in the next one.